Silence falls over this small backwoods road. Your 2 wagons are damaged. The other members of your caravan are all dead. And amongst the bodies are these attackers who came out of nowhere in a fury and then left almost as quickly. The caravan master, a Caius Vagenius Velis, choked out a couple last words before he expired. Village of Lupford, get help. And he pointed to the north. What do the 4 of you do?
Well, I'm going to go yank my arrow out of the murder boy's eyeball. And I'm going to do a quick circuit of this area here, looking for tracks.
It's fairly clear that these attackers have headed off in a roughly northwestern direction. If you wanted to follow them to wherever they came from, that would involve an actual test and tracking through the woods, but they have not hidden their tracks in any manner, and they are not ghosts. Which,
That's
is a thing that you could say.
It's a positive, maybe?
Come up. It could come up.
It could come up.
It will. Does anyone know this land? Do we know Lumpford? Do we even know that he said that?
Beat me to it. Well, right now only Catti knows, right? So I guess I'll step out from behind the caravan and be like, "Hey, a violent lady."
Is that the accent you're doing all game?
That's my Greek accent, yeah.
Nice.
While your sticky fingers were rubbing that man, what did he say to you?
I've since moved on. I'm going to check this berserker guy, and I'm looking less for valuables, and I mean, I'll take them if I find them. But I'm looking less for valuables and more for, like, clues as to, like, what his thing was. But if Perdix is going to come up to me, I'll just, like, look up at him and be like, Village of Lupford? I'm not sure if the Village of Lupford needs help, or he just said get help.
So it could mean they're attackers from the Village of Lupford, or it could mean the Village of Lupford needs our help.
Pointed north.
Where the attackers went, right?
Ish.
Yes, so he pointed to the north, and Arnulf is able to confirm that the attackers did head off to the north.
Okay. Is there any, like, clue as to what this guy's deal was?
You can go ahead and make an insight observation to sort of check over the body and look for some clues. The difficulty would be 1.
Which guy's deal?
Arrow through the eye. Stab the caravan master.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if so while you're checking them, Catti, check for, like, papers. I feel like they had papers back in these days.
Generally, yeah.
Scrolls.
That's 1 success.
1 success. So you look him over. Yeah.
Also, please note that I have a mark that throbs in the presence of the unnatural.
Okay. Noted. Not currently throbbing. As you sort of, like, look through his clothing and so on, you don't find anything suspicious. You find like a regular villager. He's holding a knife, but it's not like a warrior's knife. It's a kitchen knife. And
It's cheap.
And he's just got regular things in his pocket. A little bit of twine, a couple of odds and ends. No money on him. No notes. That's all.
Is he the only attacker that fell, or are there others?
There are others. There are 8. 8 mixed amongst your group that have died, men and women, all different ages, and none of them that look like warriors.
They all seem like village folk?
They all seem like villagers.
Okay.
Can I examine one with academia, religion, to see if I see any, like, culty symbols?
Sure. We'll call that a difficulty 1 as well.
And that would be a reason academia?
Yes.
Nope. I got a 15 and a 19.
Okay, no complications, but as you're sort of looking around, you don't see anything that catches your eye, no.
Can I investigate them for similar origins or reasons? See if there's anything just culturally about them that I can discern.
Sure.
Okay.
We'll call that one an insight, and probably academia as well.
Okay. 2 successes.
Okay, so we'll add 1 momentum to the pool. That means the pool's at 2. And they are sort of decked out in a combination of household implements and the occasional spear or dagger that might have been purchased from like a surplus. But for the most part, these seem to be villagers who just grabbed something and came out to attack. You do not see any notices, notes, cult artifacts, fetishes, tattoos, nothing like that.
Interesting. They're just poor people.
Like the rest of you.
They seem quite wealthy to me. They have all sorts of cool stuff. Arnulf is just standing at where the tracks head off, just weirdly staring out into the direction they came.
Arnold, should we go?
We follow.
I should also mention for Catti, there were 3 merchants with this group who are all dead.
Hey, the loot is pinging. Caddy's like, oh yeah, right, I forgot.
I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, do I ransack these wagons before I go?
I mean,
Like,
I have no interest in wealth, but
Like, well, she's got a very, like, don't take more than you can carry type scenario. I don't know. I think one coin purse is good. Okay.
But they probably have such thick coin purses.
Catti Harris can carry 3 coin purses.
So,
It's Katie.
do you head along the road the way that Caius pointed, or do you head through the woods the way that Arnulf would like to follow the tracks?
How different are the directions?
Both are north. They sort of diverge, but they may end up at the same place. It just depends on what the road does.
Well, if Arnold seems inclined to follow the tracks, I will follow.
We go.
Perdix is hesitant about...
Don't we want to fix our wagons?
Why?
Carry on?
Do you know how to fix a wagon?
No.
Think you answered your own question.
All right.
'cause we were heading to Lorium, right?
Yes, you're heading to the small city of Lorium, which is a Roman outpost in Germania. Lupford, you may have heard about it, but it's a very small village. It's definitely not Lorium.
Yeah.
Lorium is still a couple of days away.
Oh, okay. I just point down the road in the direction we were going. I mean, you'll get there eventually. Or...
All right.
And then
Well,
I point at the trail.
grab my books out of the back of the caravan and I say, well, I'd feel a lot safer with you, and someone may need to buy you all lunch, so I guess I'll join you.
Can I speak to you in Greek?
If you know it.
I do.
Ooh.
Amazing. Stick with us, soft Greek man.
And so, as this scene ends, 1 momentum drops out of the pool.
Oh, I thought we got one.
Yeah, that means that the pool is now at 1.
And stress heals?
And you are able to remove all of your stress, however your injuries stay.
Remains. Yeah.
And Jen, your 1 fatigue stays as well.
Okay.
Patrick, if I could please have a difficulty 2 insight plus survival test.
Let me tell you something cool about being a scouty boy, is that I have the tracker ability as part of being a hunter.
Ooh.
So the first D20 I buy is free,
Fantastic.
specifically on tracking stuff. So I'm going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And also, really good at tracking. And have focus in tracking. What did you say I have to roll?
Insight survival.
That's what I thought it was. I just wanted to confirm.
It's good. It's good. You got 3 dice.
I
You
got
are
everything else
focused.
planned out, and I was like, I'm pretty sure it's inside survival. I just want to make sure. 3 successes.
Ooh, all right. We'll generate 1 momentum for the pool.
Fill that pool up.
Juice that pool.
JTP.
The trail continues through the woods, starts off sort of northwestern as you are leaving the wagon road, but shifts to head more due north. The tracks stay in a roughly sort of contained area as if they're all traveling together, but after about 20 minutes of following through the woods, you see that they begin to split off, sort of one at a time, but the larger group still continues in the same direction until you break from the trees and realize that you've come up to a village. It's close to nightfall by this point, and you've been traveling through a forest of dark pines. As you step into this clearing on the outskirts of a Germanic settlement, its thatched huts and buildings are built close together within the long shadows of the surrounding forest. In cleared areas stand small and squalid farms, no bigger than can feed a single family, many looking overgrown and poorly tended. Scrawny cattle and goats peer at you balefully before lowering their heads to chew on the sparse vegetation. The huts on the periphery are dark and quiet. A few sullen workers are tilling the fields, struggling with heavy plows, while others are lugging bulging sacks into barns or onto rickety wagons, almost deliberate in ignoring their surroundings. It's difficult to gauge the number of villagers who live in this place, though you can see the roof of a larger structure at what seems to be the village center. Seems like a good place to get a little bit of medical attention for your various cuts, bruises, and gashes.
We want to talk to the people? And not hide and attack them?
That's up to you.
I mean, I was thinking we could do some looking around first.
There's more homes here than I thought.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, and you're sort of coming out of, I'd say, let's put you right around in the middle. And so you come up to the road and you can see this large building back here.
Ooh, large buildings are good.
Yeah. You can also see a person directly ahead of you who is... What is he doing?
What's he doing?
What is he doing? Early 40s-ish man, looks a little haggard and put upon. He is
Contact him.
wrestling with the foot of an older mare, checking the horseshoe.
I would like to do a perimeter search of this village. That would be...
That'll take a fair amount of time.
Yes.
What if we split up and each take half?
Okay.
Quarter.
Excellent.
Well, I meant specifically the sneakies.
No, I just mean by splitting up.
Oh, yeah. We'll die for sure. 100%. I'm more at home sneaking in forest than I am in going to talk to people in villages, though. Arnulf has the urchin background, but not as an urchin who has no parents or family. He is an urchin from society itself, rather than the group activities that sustain tribal nature. He finds more peace and safety amongst the forest and the animals and creatures out there. He spent most of his childhood roaming. He would, whenever possible, set into the woods to find peace. And then everyone just sort of accepted that was who he was. Was never particularly chastised for it. He was very good at hunting, so he always brought game back when he did return. But he never found peace amongst people. It was always only his sister that brought him back.
I gesture at Perdix. You could just walk in, probably.
That is also what I was gonna do and be like, you look like you talk well.
I am a talker.
Can you imagine being like a villager in rural Germania, and a Greek scholar guy just comes walking out of the woods and is like, hello! Like,
with a pile of books under his arm.
are you real?
Did I eat the rye bread again?
Yeah. Which, you want the foresty side?
I will take the forest.
I mean, every side is foresty side.
Yep, I will take
Well,
that one.
yeah. But the south side is more foresty.
This thick.
Oh, I see. I was thinking left and right. You're thinking top and bottom.
Yes.
We are always thinking top and bottom.
And we're right by building A? That's the big building you want me to go into?
You're by B, actually. You sort
There's
of
a
come
man at
through
B.
These,
I
you sort
see.
of come through here, and so you're by these kind of smaller homes, and you can see a person out working on a horseshoe. Looks as if they are a farrier by trade, based on the tools nearby and the open door into a workshop.
Alright, well, I'll go hail that tradesperson.
And Brunnhilde will just stand behind you with her arms crossed.
What is your
large?
What is your wolf's name, and where is it? Wolf name TBD. Is it in the woods?
No. She's with me.
All right.
Wow. Bold, but that's my sister.
You didn't name your wolf?
I know. I should have named Nicole. Name her right now.
What was her mother's name? Let's see.
Skull or Hati.
Oh, I like
Skull
Catti.
Yeah, or Hati. Yeah, that's a good name.
Was that
two
the
wolves
mom
that
or
chase
the current one?
Chase the moon and the sun.
Hati is the current one. Brunhilde's cloak is actually made from Hati's mom, which again seems really dark, but she was a faithful companion of Brunnhilde, and so when she passed in Brunnhilde's defense, a great honor was to make that fur into her cloak, and then to raise Hati as kind of her human mom.
All right, Hati. So Hati is with you. The two of you and Hati walk up. If Perdix is taking the lead, Justin, what do you say?
I'm just gonna kind of approach him and offer to help. See if I can hold the foot still while he fastens the horseshoe. And then I'm just gonna try and engage in conversation with him about, have any of your strongest men and women left town this morning and not come back? Anybody missing? You guys low on supplies? Maybe need to go get some from strange means? Yeah, I just want to see if he has any awareness of villagers leaving abroad for any specific reason.
As you approach, he eyes you very suspiciously and kind of puts the horse between himself and you before you get in to help. And he says, "What's your business?"
I'm just a traveler. Far from abroad, but never out of the Roman Empire, much like you. We are both brothers under the yoke of the Emperor.
Ah. Yes. Well, whether we are beholden to the Emperor from far away or not, the work must be done. And he steps back and he begins working on the horseshoe.
These hands are soft, but they know how to work too, my friend.
And he hands you like a brush to brush the horse.
Sure. I'll
And
start.
then, is there a particular question or thing that you'd like to start with?
Ooh. I just want to say, Justin, having recently brushed Nicole's horse, you're going to be covered in hair.
It's true.
That's okay, I'm actually in my travel clothes.
Which is just another toga that is fancy.
I actually have travel clothes that I wear for traveling, so
Oh,
it's okay.
all good.
My Tyrian silks are in the
away.
bag.
Of
It's a slightly different silk toga.
Yeah.
So, do you ask immediately about, people leaving the village?
Yeah, I'll more or less say, I was passing through the road just south of here, and there was lots of traffic on the road today. Have many of your villagers been abroad this day?
He says, I did see a group of locals coming out of the woods not half an hour past. It looked as if they'd seen some trouble, and he looks over to Brunnhilde, who's got her scrapes and bruises. He says, I think perhaps you know more about this than I do.
Are they from this village, though?
He says, yes, our village is under some duress.
What hard times have befallen you?
Nightmares of the darkest and gravest kind. People are stretched to their breaking point. The smallest thing will cause an argument, and the deaths. There are so many deaths.
Deaths in violence or sickness?
Violence. Bloodshed. I myself have not slept well in, at least a fortnight. Not since, poor Dyther. My apprentice. Something happened to him. I haven't seen him since, and I pray to the gods that he escaped this village.
What has your village done to gain the wrath of the gods? Is it a lack of faith, a lack of conviction, or perhaps you've brought something foul?
He says, good woman, I don't know that it is the gods we have angered. It feels as though it is mostly those who have spoken against Gislin and his family that suffer the worst of the violence. Dyther, he only criticized one of Gislin's acolytes. And the next morning I found the blood splatter on my workbench.
I see. So you worship fake gods here. I will cleanse this for you.
Oh dear.
Okay, so Brunnhilde isn't like super experienced with cleansing. She's only done like some spot cleansing here or there. So she's really excited for her first like big cleanse.
And where can we find this family?
Gislin and his bootlickers. They are on a large farm to the northwest.
And your name?
Alfred.
Alfred. I am Perdix. And I reach into my coin purse and I give him a few denarii. Buy your horse some new shoes and ride.
Ooh. And he nods to you and he says, "Thank you. Gods grant you good fortune. I don't know that there is anywhere I can ride that I would outrun these dreams."
And then I
Cut him in
cut
half.
my arm,
Ooh.
take some blood, and try to, I don't know if he'll leave, but I'm going to try to give him the sternest look to make him stand the F still.
Oh, he'll stand.
To draw a fang on his forehead with blood.
Ooh.
And I'll say, "Renew your faith in the she-wolf and perhaps you will survive this."
Ooh, I kind of want to call for a gravitas,
Oh yeah?
like academia occultism.
Yeah.
If we make a cult to rival this game's cult,
Of course.
we don't have to fight. We can just make two cults fight each other.
You could also
So-
do persuasion if you wanted instead of academia.
No. I'm happy with academia. And I'm pretty gravitas. How many successes do you want, or is it secret?
I would say that this is a difficulty 1. Justin, I would also allow you to do an assistance roll here, gravitas persuasion.
You're very gravity.
I mean,
I'm pretty
you just gave him some money, and so I think that
All right.
your assistance there is already inherent.
And he thinks we're like associated. So he's like, "Oh, sweet! If I join this religion, I get money and safety. Okay."
Whoa, this
What a weird
deal is
thing.
amazing.
What a weird thing happened to me today.
I was given money and a blessing, and I didn't get whipped by
Oh, I have my whip,
by
though.
leather whips. Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, welcome to the cult.
I haven't
right.
rolled yet.
So, Justin, as a reminder for assistance, of course, you roll the single d20 with your own stats.
I did, and it was an easy success.
All right, Jen, go ahead.
So I already have one success then, right?
As long as you generate successes.
I rolled an 11, which is a success, and the Cthulhu Squiggle Head, which is 2 successes.
All right, so a total of 4 successes against this difficulty 1. So we're going to generate 3 momentum for the pool, which I believe puts it to 4.
Put your water wings on, everyone. That pool is getting deep.
Can I spend one of the pool to like give him a truth of more
Pool to
likely to
5,
make it out
actually.
alive?
Sure. So yeah, the pool goes to 5. Because it was at 2, you generated 3. And you can create a truth that absolutely says Blessing of the She-Wolf. Go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, I want to create a truth that's more like friend on the inside or something like.
Friend of the Fang.
Oh.
Okay.
Just in
Friend
case
of
we need
the
to
Fang.
hide somewhere, or like we need a clutch.
Smart.
Local.
Thinking in the future when Meric attacks us with a whole cult, we have a place to hide. Smart.
Some good thinking. That's some good thinking.
We need one person who'll open their door to us. Yay!
Yeah.
All right. So 3 momentum left in the pool, and Alfred nods to you, goes to like gently touch his forehead but doesn't wipe it off, and he says, "I will pack some things and be gone for the morning. By the morning."
stand there with my arms crossed.
Whether by
No.
blood or money, I wish you good fortune.
He says, if you are going to investigate what Ghislain has done, know that he was once a good man. In his childhood, he was kind. Something has twisted that boy. But his family has never been through and through good. If you wish more help in this matter, you could perhaps speak with Heilwig. She is the local witch woman. And he gives you directions to a hut on the northeastern side of the village.